welcome. We're back with the daily workout. It's a Monday morning. What a great way to kick off the week with our wonderful mental health and well-being coach, Claire Davis. Good morning, Claire. How are you?
Hello, I'm well, Angela. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. We're looking at your course here. It's short course week. I'm Angela Cripps, MD of the Recruiting Gym. And this is all about maintaining the right mindset in high stress situations. So before we dive into that, let's just get a catch up with you and a little bit of a sense of maybe where the nation is. It's February. We got through January. How's everyone feeling?
Pop it in the chat. Pop it in. I cannot believe it's the 5th of February today.
It's madness, isn't it? I'm so glad January went so quickly, because usually it drags, and everyone I've spoken to is like, no, we came back and it was just full on straight away, and there's usually that lull for the first 2 weeks and it's really it's hard to get it going, but it wasn't. It was full on straight in, and therefore when you're having fun, the weeks just fly, don't they?
They do. And actually I hibernated most of January because I had COVID. And I said to a friend recently, I'm so pleased I had COVID in January because it's a great month to hibernate.
Just snuggle down. You feeling better now?
Yeah, I'm 100% over it. It only took me 5 weeks. But, it is all about maintaining the right mindset. And, having COVID, it was a pretty bad strain. Most people I know have had it for at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's all about the right mindset. And I just went, yep, I'm hibernating, don't want to see anyone. Went out properly for the first time Saturday night and had an absolute ball. So it was great.
Back from there. Well, do say good morning, chat. Good morning, Pascal. Lovely to see you here. This is short course week. So this is where we take one of our 50-odd short courses. And the aim is they're sort of 1 to 2 hours. You can do them in that. And they start from £30. So it's definitely an opportunity to grab a short course. Now I'm just looking at that link in the chat. I'm not sure that's an actual link that's going anywhere. So I'm going to just put it in again.
Okay. And Donovan said hello. Hello, Donovan, while you're putting that in. And Charlotte, you must be blooming at the moment, Charlotte. Hello to you as well.
Oh, we hope so. Yeah, Charlotte's 7 months pregnant, everyone, if you weren't aware. Yeah, that's where the blooming comment comes from. Right, I'm hovering over that, and that's got a line to it. So if you're interested in this, if you're feeling the stress at the moment, this is all about maintaining the right mindset. So you've got in here, let's understand stress, what triggers your stress. Let me just zoom in a bit bigger here. Where's it? There we go. Tactics to deal with high levels of stress instantly. So people are going to want to grow to that. And working on your own emotional fitness. And when I looked at this morning, it jumped out at me because you talk about dose yourself up. And my life has been all around dopamine for the last 2 years. Because although it's a natural hormone and it gives you drive, it actually controls your movement and the speed. So when we talk about drive, someone having drive, they may have a high level of dopamine because the speed with which you do things is determined by your dopamine. And I know this because my father was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and that's what they give them as the tablets, is dopamine, because that's the hormone in your brain that tells things to move, to do something. And therefore, when it's not there, or if it's not working right, the movements go, the speech goes, the swallowing goes, all of these things get effective. So that determination and drive. So if you can get more dopamine, you can have more drive. I love that.
Absolutely brilliant. I love that. And what I love about the short courses, Angela, is there's such a good introduction to the bigger courses and more of what we can do. So this is a taster, and they're all tasters to find out what else you can do. And Donovan says coffee gives him dopamine. Okay.
Is it one of these others? Is it
what was that?
Endorphins?
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
Caffeine is what it is, isn't it?
caffeine. I try not to have caffeine. But yeah, so what I was saying was, sorry, that just distracted me. The coffee gives me dopamine there. And I think it's great to have a taster of what more we can do. So if you're going to the Recruitment Expo, this is a great short course taster of what I'm presenting at the Recruitment Expo, which is all about positive intelligence. And what we want to do is get into the positive brain, which is what we tap into on this short course. And we want to get that emotional fitness and that positivity active. Like when you go to the gym, you know, you can't just do 5 of these and expect to be physically fit. You can't just do a little activity and expect to be emotionally fit. We need to be doing activities every day, and that's what positive intelligence is all about. So I'll be talking about that at the Recruitment Expo, which I can't wait for. I can't remember the date that I'm presenting.
No, 19th, because I know you cross over with me by about 15 minutes, which I'm gutted with, which means I won't be able to support you on yours because I'll be on mine. But we could cover that. Pascal's just put in there, yeah, sports is a good source of dopamine and endorphins. So you're talking about that activity in there. And so many people that suffer with stress or mental illness in some way, shape or form, certainly anxiety, talk about when they're working out, if they're being physically active, the difference it makes to them as to how they're feeling. And that's where this is all coming from, isn't it? I mean, it's not just about getting fit physically.
It's about the mental side. And I just want to add to that because it just brought back a little memory of your comment there, Pascal, on a lady that I trained in the recruitment industry. And she just made me laugh because she has a lot of drive, like a lot of us in the recruitment industry, a lot of drive. And she said, yes, I love going to the gym every day. And I do my hour and a half of running. And I go, because that releases all my tension. And I looked at her and I said to her, okay, can I just ask you something? Okay, are you this tense when you do your hour and a half?
Yeah.
And she said, yes. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. So yes, sports give us a great dopamine and the endorphins, they all get going. We don't want to be stressed when we're trying to aim for that drive. So we want to set those goals of, yes, I want to go to the gym, I want to run it all out, etc., but not be stressed and tense when we're doing it, because then it's the negativity. It goes, it's not working. It's not actually working. So we want to make sure when we have that drive that it is stretching but not stressing. And that's where a lot of us, especially if we are goal orientated, can actually get it wrong. So that's just a little tip that you get in the courses as well.
Well, we're linking back to that stretching. I mean, it's one of the reasons as well. Yes, when you're working out, you need to stretch. Your muscles need to warm up. Otherwise, we know what happens. I snapped an ACL, not doing a warm up, playing netball. But also like you say, to try and dissipate some of that tension that's in there to start with. And again, at the end, I must admit, whenever I do yoga, it amazes me that last 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, what, we're just going to lay down now and we're just going to talk, and I fall asleep. And I never fall asleep in the day.
I do as well.
Just lets everything go, doesn't it? And you get into the with the breathing and the talking through it, and all of a sudden it can make a huge difference. Let's have a look what else people
new names here, Angela, that I've not seen before, which is exciting, but I haven't been on a daily workout for a long time.
So Emma Robinson, I've known for about 10 years now. Morning, consider music. It really can change your mood. Be careful what you listen to. So I always start my training. I put music on in the training room. Usually soul. We've been in the green room talking about Northern Soul, and you're right. It's a bit of Northern Soul. It's Do I Love You. It's I'm in there and I'm moving around, because you're so right, Emma. The difference that gives me, that enjoyment. One, to start moving. So if people come in early to my training rooms, what's this, a disco? What's going on? But it can make a huge difference. Pascal's doing that. Right, Laura Lee, I'm going to have to read yours because when it's too long, it doesn't fit the whole thing on the screen. So When we were going through an employment tribunal, I was under a huge amount of stress, and I found daily walks at lunchtime and extending my walk home after work helped to keep it from coming home with me. Yeah, it can be really stressful those times, certainly when things are out of your control, Claire.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I absolutely love that one. And walking has been proven as well to be one of the most amazing exercises for your brain, actually. For
Mm.
your brain, it's brain food walking, and it can really, really help in later life and lower dementia as well. So we should be bringing walking into our lives. And thank you, Charlotte, for putting in the chat our links for the Recruitment Expo. I am so gutted I will not be seeing Angela's because both of us are on at the same time, but I can't wait to meet you all. I really do want to meet you all face to face, so come and say hello. Thanks, Pascal, for your comments. Sport and music, they are a great combination. So I think one of the things that I've always found with my clients is that there will be so many different people in the room, and so many can say, well, that doesn't work for me, why does it work for you, etc. It's finding out what works for you and making sure that whatever activities you do, it's not, you don't, not wanting to be that high achiever and I have to do my 10 hours of exercise a week. Yeah, we have to do our 10 hours exercise a week, but let's do it in a very positive mindset. We don't have to if you want to do your 10 hours of exercise a week. So set yourself goals, but make sure you are stretching those goals so that they are really, really great for your dopamine, for your drive. However, we're not stressing with them. And I think that's something that I find is very pertinent in the recruitment industry, because all of us love goals in the recruitment industry, don't we?
We do, and we are competitive, the majority of us. I've noticed that the generations following us less so, so maybe that might drop out of there a little bit. But I mean, what a great goal. I'm just looking at the first thing, because you're talking about think about yourself. What helps you sleep? Yeah, the goal can be I'm going to get 8 hours sleep every night. Now that's a great goal to have, isn't it? Because there's not too much effort that goes into that, but in the same sense, there is, for me to get 7 hours sleep is actually amazing. But then we have control over that. We can make changes, we can do things. And if you are struggling with that, do reach out, because that can make the difference between a good day and a bad day. As to how much sleep you've had. And Pascal saying again, walking is excellent. 13 kilometers with my wife at the sun last Saturday. Is that in the sun maybe, but never overdo it. And I signed up. I don't know if people are aware of this. Charlotte, if you can find it, it'd be great. It's actually a QR code here. So if I do that, people might be able to pause it and scan that QR code. There we go. Give that a go. So this actually, grab my glasses, is Our Future Health in partnership with the NHS. It's an opportunity to take part in research, learn new information about yourself and your future risk of disease. So I signed up for that last week. I went at the weekend, and the questionnaire beforehand, because they want to know all about your life, they give you a great sort of overall assessment. Learned all my cholesterol levels. I didn't know there was 4 lots of cholesterol. Thought it was only 1. And throughout the questionnaire, and certainly around the activity bits, I thought it would be all about high level sports and things like that. No, they must have asked 7 questions about walking. And
Wow.
yeah, how often we're walking in the last week, last month, last quarter, for how long, what type of walking, where do we walk? So I think you're right there, Pascal. I think people are finally cottoning on to the benefits of walking. And yes, if you can have a brisk walk, then it's going to be even more better for you. But just from a stress point of view, walking can make a huge difference. Pippa's saying she'd love to have 7 or 8 hours sleep. Yeah. 7, I think, has been considered sort of the ideal overall. But of course, we're all different, aren't we, Claire?
It's actually 9. We should be having 9 or 10. We don't have enough. Yeah, we should be having more. And it is proven that your sleep, if your sleep is not on track, that's when you are more likely to develop stress and anxiety, and that goes into burnout, etc. Sleep is the most important thing for mental health. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should be having a lot more. I went to a talk once on sleep, and they said, hands up if you have however many. Most of us had about 6 hours, and you said, no, it should be 9 or 10. Should be 9 or 10. The one thing that we do not do enough of. Actually, my topic of the month for March, and I'm interviewing people and getting the blogs in at the moment, is on sleep and how important it is for your performance. And I interviewed a guy, it's on my mental health chats last year, Brendan Duffy from America, and he does sleep for athletes, high performance athletes, and it's all about your strategy. So many athletes, if they don't get the right amount of sleep, and I think it's the same in the workplace, their performance goes down. So he worked with a lot of athletes who travel around the world for their sports and worked out a strategy to get them sleep. And it's so, so interesting to look that up. So let's think about our high performance in recruitment.
Definitely. So the aim is we give you some food for thought. We give you some ideas from one of the courses. Let's put the link in there again. So if you want to sign up for the course, this one's £42. There we go. Is your maintain the right mindset in high stress situations worth that? Probably. Probably very much. So thank you so much, Claire. I'm going to be back tomorrow with marketing out candidates to your clients, and we've got some great other short courses this week, so feel free to join us here, and definitely head to the Recruitment Agency Expo. The link's in the chat there to go and find out more about this topic. Go listen to Claire and her emotional fitness, and then when you've done her, scoot over to mine and fill up mine for the last 15 minutes. I've got a panel of 4 people that have been in the industry a long time that are going to be sharing their wisdom, so you can ask questions at the end. Dive in if you've got a question for them. That'll work. Brilliant.
Can't wait to meet you all in person at the Recruitment Expo. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.